Starstruck! Yeah. Come on.
We are North Carolina D20 girls with...
Hi, I'm Richard Cox. How are you?
and we'd like to ask you some questions.
Yes, absolutely. Please, fire away.
Great. I've actually done some voice acting for webcomics,
Awesome.
and I was wondering if you had any advice for other people wanting to get into the business, whether that's like getting into the business industry-wise or creating a repertoire of voices.
Yeah, well, business-wise, you kind of need to be where it is, where it kind of happens. But I mean, now with the sort of the digital age, I know a lot of people do stuff from everywhere, having a studio. So if you're going to do it from anywhere, I would, suggest that you invest in a reasonably good mic and sort of, somewhere that you can record, that you can hear your voice and work on it there. Building a repertoire is really important as well. But building a repertoire of your own original kind of voices as opposed to sort of just piggybacking on others. Like piggybacking on others is a great way to sort of learn how to do it and sort of learn where your voice sits, and then kind of creating your own. And it is important to actually record yourself and hear yourself over the medium that you're going to be working on, because your voice does sound so different in the cans or on a DAT or on a thing than it does in real life. Right? We all sound way cooler in real life than we actually do, and then we hear ourselves on an answering machine and turn into our moms. Is that me? I don't sound like that. Well, my mom doesn't sound like that. But yeah, so that would be my main thing, right? And then if you want to pursue it as a career, like I said, you kind of sort of have to be where it is. So your main markets are going to be like there's stuff that happens in New York, there's stuff that happens in Dallas, and then LA and Vancouver and places like that. And then maybe looking at getting an agent and yeah.
Cool. As you can tell, we have a AUSA that we brought to sit next to you. What is your general reaction when you come to events like these, like here at AUSA, and you see people dressed up as characters you voiced?
It's awesome. It's cool and it looks groovy. And then I love that our show is getting a thing. I'm more angry that other people aren't dressed up like AUSA than I am that they are. No, I think it's really cool. I think it's rad. I love, so we were just talking earlier, I love seeing the costumes. I love people watching just in general, because there's such an interesting dichotomy of people that come to these things that it's the coolest place ever. It's like, it's Vegas in the middle of wherever the heck you are, right? Like sometimes it's larger places like DC, and sometimes it's, smaller places. But it's really cool to see everybody kind of get together and just sort of go nuts for a weekend and have a great time. And then the level of detail that some of these costumes have are just remarkable. And they all have charm, like whether it's somebody who's kind of stapled together something because they don't know how to sew, or if it's someone who's like gone off and commissioned a huge thing. It's the coolest. So yeah, seeing people dressed up like me is cool. It's really cool. It's really cool. Although I'm very impressed with the number of girls that dress up like me, and I wonder what that says about me.
Did you know she was a girl when she walked in?
Well, I'm reasonably good at identifying people, but sometimes, you know.
There are quite a few guys dressed as girls.
Yeah.
There really are, yeah, and it's all good. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah.
All right. Out of your own repertoire, what is your favorite voice? Whether or not you've done it for an actual character or not.
Character voices that I do. Well, I like being the hero guy. The hero voice is kind of fun. I like doing Snails from My Little Pony is rad. I like doing, well, there's a voice I did on a Canadian show that no one has seen here called Being Ian.
And he's got a really high voice and kind of like, sitting in there, it's kind of fun because no one expects you to be able to do that voice.
So that's kind of a fun voice. And then just the idiot voices that I do that aren't on any show anywhere because they're just fun. So I should probably do that. Because they're mostly offensive to most people somewhere along the line. But yeah.
When I saw the final act, I got the Black Tiger right here.
Yes.
Obviously, very
Yeah,
excited.
it's very cool.
But I was wondering, I saw the the subtitle version gonna say, when did you do the dubbed version? Because I haven't seen it yet.
We did it actually a while ago, but it's I don't know what, but they've, they have a release strategy, I guess, and so they're releasing, I think they've already started releasing it. Is it now or November? Sometime this month, I believe, is when it started to come out. I know pre-orders went up on Amazon a little while ago.
So you can actually buy it?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and then I think that, were they releasing it online? One of the two. I'm not up on this stuff. They should tell me stuff. I don't know anything. I sound like a jabbering idiot. But I know that you could buy it. The pre-orders were available on Amazon. If I wasn't in the States and like ridiculously high data roaming costs, I would probably look it up for you. But I'd have to remortgage my house. So it's coming out very soon.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know that this is the Black Tessaiga, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've been corrected. They're like, that's not Tessaiga. I'm like, it's the final form. It is.
Yeah, and it's radical, and that's like,
It sends you straight to hell.
It's quite it's funny because the first like 160 episodes of the show sort of moved through part of the manga, but it was pretty slow. And then the last 26 episodes was like, boom, the entire show happens in 26 episodes.
Lots of action.
Yeah, it's very impressive, yeah. So I'm glad he's finally got moves that he can actually use and kill people. As opposed to starting out every fight with whatever he starts out with. Backlash wave, and it never works. Ever. Every episode, backlash wave, and then he's like, crap. And start with something better. Like Adamant Barrage. It's a great move, right? It's the best named move. I'm barraging you, adamantly! Yeah.
If you could be a superhero, if it made up or in existence,
Mm-hmm.
what would you be? And if it was made up, what powers would you have?
Oh man. Okay, so if it was a
Coming out of left field here.
a real superhero, Iron Man is kind of pretty cool because then I'd have all that money. And Pepper Potts, she's pretty rad. Wife would have something to say about that probably. But and then made up. How about Cranium Man? And his superpower is amazing cranial ability. Or Wind Man. And he could, I don't know, special powers would be to blow really hard, but then it could be a lot of confusion and it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't know, let's go with Underpants Man, and his special skill will be skid marks. No, I had Ball Buster. That was a character I created that I thought it should be an actual show, and his special skill was kicking people in the nuts. And then he's got his sidekick poops his pants, and that's his special skills, that he just poops his pants and everyone is disgusted and runs away, right?
Did you ever read that book, Captain Underpants?
Is there a Captain Underpants?
Yes, there is a book for fifth graders.
All right.
Read that.
Well, then, no, I had no idea. I literally stole someone's idea. Okay, well, we'll stick with Ballbreaker. He's funnier. And it's not, there's no sound, it's just a guy going, crang, and that's every time he hits somebody. And then off camera he hears, and then it's well thought out. I have this whole, we've got a 3-season arc. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an adult screen.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Really appreciate it, and it seems like we're out of time.